Hi, my name is Albert and I want to welcome you to Mainland Cycle Center's new vehicle department. Today I want to show you a 2013 Kawasaki Teryx 750 in the Super Black. This is the base model Teryx, so this is the best value in the Teryx line, and I think probably one of the best values in a side-by-side on the market today. Just really a lot of machine for the money on these. Super Black really looks great, got a little bit of yellow on the graphics. These are 750cc V-twin. These are fuel injected, liquid cooled. This is selectable two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. Has fully independent suspension. You've got disc brakes on the front, and you've got the Kawasaki multi-disc wet rear brake that I'm going to show you in a minute on the rear. Just a really great looking, aggressive styling. Has dual bucket seats. Right there, you've got these little side nets on the side, just to keep the arms and legs inside the unit while you're riding, keep everybody nice and safe. And but you got your dual bucket seats there. Great looking floorboards, got holes in the floorboard. You can pop this little plug out here to wash out the floorboard if you get mud and stuff in there. Here's your shifter, and you've got low, high, neutral, and reverse there. And this is linear shifter there. Just move it back and forth to the deal. This is your differential lock. Controls the front differential lock, and I'll tell you about that. We'll go around this other side, looking at the controls a little better from the driver's seat. Again, you've got these little nets. You just click right there to get in the unit. Digital instrumentation. Go ahead and turn this on. This has got a little film on it that maybe is making this a little hard to see. Pull that. It's really clung on there. Alright. So you've got speedometer, fuel gauge, two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive there. Shift clock, and then of course your odometer there. You can switch from odometer, trip meter A, trip meter B, hour meter, and back to the odometer. So real easy there. So when you're in two-wheel drive, of course, just the rear wheels are driving. There's no slippage at the rear wheels at all. When you select the four-wheel drive here, you have to drive just a little bit for it to shift. To go to four-wheel drive. When you're in four-wheel drive, of course, the front differential then is a limited slip front differential. So you don't necessarily have full power to both wheels. So that's what this differential lock is about. You pull this back, it locks up that front differential. The unique thing about the Kawasaki is that this is a variable differential lock. You can pull it back a little bit like I did, and that'll still maybe allow some slip at a certain torque rating, or you can pull it back really hard and lock it in really hard. So I kind of prefer on the Teryx is to just lock them in a little bit. That way if you do get hung up on a root or something like that, it'll give you a little bit of slip so that you don't tear anything up. But you can lock it in nice and hard too. So really cool thing that Kawasaki does with that limited variable differential control there. Got a little cubby hole here. The other model Teryxes, the LEs, and some of the other models have a pull-out drink holder. You can add that pull-out drink holder to this one. I think it's around 125 bucks or so. Don't hold me to that, but that should be close. And they've got a light switch right here for off, low beam, and high beam there. Sport style steering wheel, looks really great. These are automatic, as we've been talking about, so just a gas pedal and a brake pedal. You do have a glove box there. And, so really simple controls, really easy to drive. It does have a parking brake right here, and then the little yellow lever you can kind of see here releases that parking brake. A nice little foot deal you can brace yourself with, and there's also one on the passenger side. These do have a hood that opens in the front. There's no storage under here, but for maintenance and cleaning they make it really easy to open. And so there's your master cylinder, your coolant reservoir, voltage regulator, front differential, radiator. But really makes it easy to access everything for maintenance and cleaning. There. Let's see, the bed tilts on these. Just like that, it'll tilt your bed. And again, you've got that fully independent suspension, remote reservoirs on the rear shocks. And as we were talking about earlier, I mentioned the multi-disc wet rear brake. So on the Kawasaki's, there's no brake inside each one of these wheels. The brake on the rear end is actually on the drive shaft coming back from the motor, and the brake is right here. It's a multi-disc wet rear brake. So if you're kind of technical and you understand maybe some of the other motorcycles or Japanese ATVs that we used to make that had a multi-disc wet clutch, this is a multi-disc wet brake. And if you think about how long those clutches last, these brakes last really well. We've yet to replace a set of these rear brakes for wear and tear because they wore out. They just hold up really well, they stop really good, and because they're sealed in this case and they ride in that mud, that oil, they're not exposed to the mud, just really gives them a nice long life. It's one of the best things on the market today. The Kawasaki does a really good job with those. So multi-disc wet rear brake is just fantastic, and you can see how big the drive shafts are. Everything on the Kawasaki is very heavy duty and well built, very well engineered. So let's close that. Steel bed, steel on the bottom, diamond plate steel. Got a 2-inch receiver on the back, again at fully independent rear suspension. It's got a stainless steel muffler, so really durable. Tail lights in the back. Got your headrests here. So again, just I think a really great value, great power with a 750cc V-twin on these Teryxes. They just really run nice. Top speed on these is in the neighborhood of 50 miles an hour. Kawasaki's got that limited a little bit, I think, for safety. But they really have great acceleration, great climbing power and torque with that V-twin. And like I said, I think this is really one of the best values in a side-by-side on the market today. So that's a look at this Teryx, 2013 Teryx in the Super Black, all right? We are Mainland Cycle Center. You can find us online at mainlandcyclecenter.com, or you can call us on the phone at 409-948-4969 if you want to come by and see us in person. We're located in LaMarque, Texas. We're about 30 minutes south of downtown Houston, just off of I-45. Give us a call for directions. Let us know how we can help. We're here to help, and we'd love to do it. Hey, thanks.